A question that I get all the time from the singers that I work with is, how can I create my own karaoke backing tracks? So in this episode, I'm going to walk you through 4 ways on how you can do that using AI, using DAO stations, and many, many different tools. So let's get started. Hi, my name is Maggie. I'm the founder of the Singing Insiders, and this is a membership where I help passionate singers just like yourself become the best versions of themselves through singing. And in these episodes, you're going to get insights, tips and tricks and tools and softwares and techniques to up-level your singing game. So let's dive into it. Let's go and look at what you can actually do to create your own custom backing track, because maybe there's a song that you would like to sing, but the karaoke version doesn't exist. So what can you do in those instances? And maybe you want to change the key, put it higher or lower. In this episode, we're going to be covering how you can do that. And I'm sharing my screen here. If you're listening on the podcast and you need a visual, definitely head on over to our YouTube channel to help you with the visual things. But we're basically going to use 4 different tools. We're going to look at how to use this in Soundtrap, on how to use this in Voice.ai, in Lalal.ai, and vocalremover.org. And really all those 4 softwares, they're using this. There's different pros and cons to each, basically. So let me walk you through how you can do this in Soundtrap, first of all. So you can make a free account, and we're going to work today with this song called, let's see, Closer to Fine. So the first thing in Soundtrap that I want to do is obviously import the song. And once that is imported, you can see that this is the song. You can actually go and click Edit, Effects, and then they have, this is beautiful, this little thing called a karaoke effect. So if I click, I already added it earlier because I was testing it out. But if I click Add Effect, then you can go over here and select karaoke. And when I do that, I can play with how much of that effect I want to have in there. And that sounds like this. So it takes away the vocals. Let's listen to it. So that is with the effect, and without the effect, you can clearly hear the voices, right? So that's the difference. Now, with Soundtrap, you can still hear the voices like way, way back in the background, so it's not perfect. It's definitely not perfect, but it can help to create your own backing track. Now, the beautiful thing here as well is that if you want this to be at a higher pitch, so for example, you want to sing this in a higher key, you can click here and go to change pitch. And for example, go to like +3. So that would be 3 semitones up. And it basically analyzes the whole track and then allows you to sing that in a different key, which I think is pretty amazing. Okay, so this next software, Voice.ai, is also a software that allows you to remove a voice from a song. So let's try that out. And I'm going to drag our little MP3 file in there. So we can test this. There we go. It is loaded. So let's see how that sounds. Okay, so this is the original with the vocals on it. What if I click separate vocals? It should separate the vocals. Okay, so after loading, this is what we got. So they actually separated the vocals and the instrumental, which I think is pretty cool. So if let's take a closer listen to what this actually sounds like.
Maybe give me insight between black and white.
So that's just the vocals. I actually really like this one. So compared to Soundtrap, here I'm not hearing the vocals in the background. I can hear a slight like little breath, but it's way better than Soundtrap in my opinion. So this is good. And then you can just hit this button to download the file, and there you have your karaoke track. So this is a vocal remover tool. However, I don't think they have a pitch changer. So I wonder if you could... I don't think you can. No. So this is definitely great if you want to remove any vocals, but then I would upload it in something like Soundtrap to change the pitch. So remember how here we did like +3? This is how it sounds like now. So as you can hear now, there's like this chipmunk voice, right? So this is, the pitch is actually higher. So what you could do, if you don't like the karaoke feature of Soundtrap, you could go into one of these other tools to remove the vocals and then go into Soundtrap to raise or lower the key. So let's test out what it does with Lalal.ai. So same thing, I am putting in our file. We can see and hear how that will sound. You can skip this part as long as it's loading. All right, there we go. So it is loaded, and this is what Lalal.ai gave me. And this is how it sounds.
I'm trying to tell you something about...
So that's only the vocals. Let's see if we select only the instrumental. Okay, I like this one. I cannot hear any voice like left over or something. So this would be amazing. So I guess if you hit process the entire file, you can download the file. And again, you could put that into Soundtrap to change the key if you want to. So this is amazing. I like Lalal.ai. And you know, the same thing applies to vocalremover.org. If you go to Remover right here, let's browse files and do the same thing. All right, so I uploaded the file. It tells me that AI is working on processing the audio. All right, and so when it's loaded, it gives me this, which I think is really great. Again, I think you can have so the music separately, and then the vocals, you can turn them on and off. So let's take a listen. That's a great quality as well. So I really like vocalremover.org and Lalal.ai. And here with Vocal Remover, so once you have this, it tells you the key, right? A major. You can save that. And what I love is that if you go into the picture, yes, let's delete. You can actually do the same and change the pitch. So my main favorite tool really for this would be to use vocalremover.org, because you can actually remove the vocals and change the pitch at the same time if you wanted to. Unlike Soundtrap, where you can remove the vocals, but it's not sounding super great. You can change the pitch though. Now this Voice.ai website, you can remove the vocals, but then you would need to have something like Soundtrap to change the pitch. Same thing for Lalal.ai. You can remove the vocals, but you would still need something like Soundtrap to change the pitch. While in Vocal Remover, you have both of those available to you, and it's super user-friendly. You're just uploading your file and then hitting go, and then it does it for you. So I would want to encourage you to play with these things and see, what works best for you. Now, I must say that playing with a karaoke file like this and definitely changing the pitch so that it fits your voice, changing the key so that it fits your voice is something where there's a lot of opportunity, especially if you're working on vocal technique. And as you know, one of the main vocal techniques to master is your mixed voice, right? Which is the ability to sing high notes and low notes, and that in a very powerful way. And when you can change the key of a song so that you can train your mixed voice, well, that's where you're getting into a very specific type of vocal training. Now, all about developing that mixed voice is a whole different conversation. So I've queued up a video linking you to that conversation and giving you the exact process on how to train, access, and master your mixed voice. And you get specific exercises to help you do that. So my invitation to you would be to go over to that video next so that we can keep this conversation going, and so that you can utilize what you've learned in this video and apply that with the mixed voice technique. So I'll definitely go to that episode right now. I'll link to it in the description here down below as well. So yeah, I'm excited to see you there, and thank you for having spent the time here with me. Talk soon. Bye.